John Perry in the dark. John Perry in the dark. John Perry in the dark.
How are you doing? This is going to be a bit of a close-up look at the Vinegar Syndrome titles I got in the month of April 2025. The strange thing about this lot is I've watched nearly all of them, which is nuts. So I'll go through them as I'm showing you them. I'll talk a little bit about the films. So first up is Murder Rock. This is a spectacular set. Plenty of these left if you want to go and buy with these from Vinegar Syndrome. Loads in stock. But amazing artwork. That kind of wraps around there, doesn't it? Yeah. So in here you get the other slip cover. That's a slip box. This is the slip cover inside. Again, amazing. Not embossed though. Not spot glossed. Strangely enough. Yeah. This is the 4K, obviously. This is the alternative artwork there. The inside artwork is this one here. I like the font of that. Sometimes a good font is really sets a film off, I think. Now, I watched this one. I've watched some of the extras on here. There's loads of extras on here. Picture quality in here is absolutely stunning. The colours is the star of the show, as most 4Ks are. But the fact of this one being like back to the original negatives, all that jazz, it just looks sensational. Now, is it a good film? Well, it's a good giallo. I would say that Lucio Fulci by this time, this is coming towards the end of his career. Best films, obviously, are from the 70s through to the early 80s, around about 83, 84. I think that's when you can say, I think 83 you can say that was his golden period. I'm not taking anything away from this. I did enjoy it, and I think it's got a good twist for the giallo elements in it, and also the stars in here are stars you would see in other Italian like giallos or even horror films, so they're all kind of familiar. The main star in this, the main girl there, I think that's her there. She is the one who gets the shard of wood in her eye when it's in Zombie Flesh Eaters, so she's so memorable just for that scene, and she plays a small part in Zombie Flesh Eaters, but she's got a starring role in this one. And actually, I would like to see in more stuff. Sure, I've seen this before, but I had no recollection of it. I didn't recall the twist in here as well, which was a good twist, actually. I would say in the rankings of giallo, it's not the greatest giallo ever made. It's not Lucio Fulci's greatest giallo, but for the fact it's, I mean, I will collect any single Lucio Fulci horror film I see, and this is one that I had to get. And yeah, I like the different colours on here in this booklet. The booklet smells fantastic as well. Yeah, that's the murder weapon there. There's a reason behind that. Well, I would imagine the reason behind most things in here, isn't it? That's good, isn't it? Fulci was supposed, I know he's called Fulci, but I always think of him as Fulci because when I first heard about him, Lucio Fulci, that was the way his name was explained to me. But I know he's properly pronounced as Lucio Fulci. But I feel weird when I'm saying that. I don't know if anybody else feels that way. This booklet is really good. It does, it smells fantastic. Yeah. So that was, for me, that was a winner. Actually, I'm going to do a video on I'm going to watch all the Lucio Fulci films, and then I'm going to rank them all, what the ones I've got. And what I will do is, I will watch this twice because this is getting released by 88. I mean, I'm showing you this set here, but the one that's getting released by 88, I think in June, is the 4K, and I will be getting that one as well. I don't know what the packaging's like for it. Probably a bigger box, a bit like this. But this one here, well, obviously I got this with the subscription, but it's one that I don't mind double dipping on, because what I will do is when I watch this, what I will do with all my double dips, I know which one I've watched last, so I'll just watch another one. So when I'm watching all Lucio Fulci's films, I'll try and make it that when I get to June or July when it comes out, I'll make sure that I'm up to there so I can watch that when it first comes out. But yeah, absolutely brilliant. Stunning set. and well worth it. So that's Murder Rock. Next up is The Nesting. Now I've just watched that literally just now, but this picture on here, every time I see it, it gets better and better. Now this set here, I hadn't seen this film at all, and it's nearly about 2 hours. You know, it's quite a long one. And could it have been a bit shorter? Yes, I think it could have been. It kept me going, and I did think it was a great film. There's a lot of storyline that needs to be there, but I do think that probably could have got away with shaving about, I don't know, 10 minutes off it. I think that would have made it run a bit better for me anyway. But I still had a good time with it. Now this has got the spot gloss and the embossing there. Will that show up? You know, there you go. Look at that. And on the side as well. I like the fact they do that and they don't have to. I keep saying that, and that's a good scene from the film there. This film is a bit like a haunted house film, for want of a better word. It is and it isn't. And it's this woman here. She is an agoraphobic. Agoraphobia, as they say in the US. Now again, this is the 4K. This is the original cover. Great picture that though. See, you've got that house again. I don't know where they got this house from, because it looks really, it's amazing. Now there was something I was watching, there's tons and tons of extras on here. There's something I was watching in the extras briefly, was it the Stephen Thrower one? I watched the Stephen Thrower one all the way through, and he was saying that it was released, it was shot in 1980, even 1979. It was prepared. In 1981 it came out, and one of the reasons why it came out in 1981 was the fact that apparently the people who they got this house off, that they shot this house in, they had said that they trashed it. So they had to go back and have some rights, some like court case about it, I think. He was saying he didn't know how that turned out, but he was saying that that's why it held it up. But I did thoroughly enjoy this. Now I tell you what, the picture quality in here was absolutely stunning. It was absolutely breathtaking, if I'm honest. And you get your booklet there, and you also get the 4K, and you get the Blu-ray. The Blu-ray has all the special features on. The 4K has the film on. Because this film is violent in its ending, but it's not that explicit like the violence isn't anyway. It's also called Massacre Mansion. Apparently when it was called The Nesting, it just nobody really got it. Now, the thing about The Nesting is this person here is writing a book called The Nesting, and that's it really. You don't really hear about it anymore. Although you see pictures of it, people have this book. Although it's not really talked about too much. But the film on here is called Phobia. Now, I think that is a much better title for it because, like I say, she's got agoraphobia. She doesn't want to go out with busy crowds. So she wants to go away to the countryside, and she comes across this house. Now, there's a big reason behind why she comes across this house. And I'll not go into that because it'd be a bit spoilery. But they changed it to Massacre Mansion, the title, and it became a much bigger hit, apparently. But this, and you get honestly, the amount of extras you get with here is just absolutely unreal. That was a great action sequence. They're on the top of this tower, which is, where is it? It's right there. If you can see, they are right up on there. And they must have had to recreate that or something. I don't know how they got these people actually on there. Quite good, actually. Really good how they did it there, on the top of there. What a strange house that was. I don't know if it's still there. I would like to see if there's anything about the filming of that in the house. These days, if they've got like a location thing, I don't think they have, unfortunately. But I'm sure somewhere in this film they will talk about if this house still exists, because it was quite unique, if I'm honest. Yeah, I've got to say it's a really, really good set. It's got everything going for it. The amount of extras is insane. All the packaging, the booklets, the picture quality. The picture quality in the Blu-ray looks pretty good as well. Although you can just see that the 4K has the edge on the colours, obviously. But it looks amazing. So really happy to get that one. And plus it's a category 3 banned video nasty, and to get it on a 4K, because even if it come on a Blu-ray I would have been happy about it. But the fact they went to the 4K and just went crazy with it. They've got a great making of as well on here from Vinegar Syndrome. and they are talking about how they restored, how they found the negatives. Well, they didn't find them, they got the negatives, and they did all this restoration work on it, and that's really good. So that's the nesting. Next is Devil Doll. Now, I watched Devil Doll, I think it was the first one that I watched, and Spot Glossing. And also the Curse of the Voodoo, I watched that this morning as well. And I had a great time with both of them. Now, when I watched it, I did think the Curse of the Voodoo would be one that I would be kind of thinking is like the B movie from these, even though it's the same director or same producer, the same star is in both of these. It's got a great voice. It's got a voice a bit like Matt Berry. You know, Matt Berry, who's, he's from Garth Marenghi's Dog Place. He's Toast of London. He's in loads of stuff. There's loads of voiceovers, doesn't he? He's got a great voice. Now, I thought I would probably enjoy this one more, and I think I kind of did. But when I watched this one, this was really good as well. On this one, Devil Doll, it is, how can I put it without spoilers? Well, it's this fella has a doll. I've flipped that art around there. This fella has a doll, obviously, and he's also a hypnotist, and part of his show is to have this doll. Now, the doll, I was hoping was going to be a bit more creepy than it was. It was pretty good, but it wasn't as creepy as I thought it was going to be. The picture quality on these two, especially, I thought this one would have been pretty grubby, but it wasn't. The picture quality on Curse of the Voodoo was absolutely brilliant. You know, the black levels that you talk about on 4Ks, it had that black level look to it. It was just absolutely jaw-dropping, if I'm honest. So Devil Doll, he kind of, he has this doll, obviously, but the doll has a life of its own, but it's sinister. It's sinister in its intent, or is it? That's the way I'm going to leave that there. I like it when I have this, what looks like original art, to a certain extent. Yeah, that bloke there, can't remember his name now. And they were saying in the extras that he sort of, after these films, he kind of tailed off. He made a few more films, but not that much. And he went into more like film distribution. And he went into form this production company called Janus Films. Now, if you look at a lot of these Criterion releases, they have Janus releases in their library. Now, what he did was he made Janus as a kind of a releasing company, but really they morphed into Criterion. So, in effect, in a sort of really roundabout way, he might have actually invented Criterion. Can you believe it? This is a great film. It's got a great bunch of actors in it. It's got some good twists in it. This one as well. This one didn't go the way I thought it was going to be. These are filmed in the sort of London in the 60s. I love looking at stuff like that when you just see like storefronts. I mean, I wasn't around in the 60s. Well, I was towards the end, but I didn't remember anything. You just see these, the way that the high streets are set up, and you kind of remember them because they would have been still the same in the 70s, and you remember them and you think, you know, it's a bit like it's like a time capsule as well when you see places places from yesteryear, and also it reminds you, it's a bit of a trip down memory lane for yourself, you know. But Devil Doll even, and Curse of the Voodoo. Last up is the one I haven't watched yet, but really want to. Bone Sickness. This cover is just absolutely brilliant. I said it before, when Vinegar Syndrome do a cover, they can elevate. I mean, if you saw this on the shelf, even if this is the worst film I've ever seen, you see this on the shelf and you would immediately pick it up because you would say, I've got to see this, because everything, I mean, look at that. Everything about it just looks brilliant. The way they put them together is something else. What I would like to see, which I have never seen yet, I would love to see a way. They talk about loads of things on their channel and things like that. They talk about how they get these things to look great. They never talk about the slipcovers though. These are thick, and it just elevates these releases to something else. Now this is released by Vinegar Syndrome, but it's not a Vinegar Syndrome title. It's what's it called? Saturn's Core, I think that is. Is that right? I'll get that into focus. I mean, the slip went immediately. This as well. This is a great cover. I really hope that these things are in here. I will be watching this one next, I feel. I mean, the effects will be well, they won't be laughable, they'll be cheap, but it doesn't matter as long as they portray what you would imagine the thing to look like. A lot of these ones, when you've got like these basic cheap effects, look pretty good. You've got to give them a bit of slack, because actually quite a long film that. You've got to give them a bit of slack to say that these are all region free, by the way, the whole lot of them. And you think, I can cut them some slack if they're doing something that they're trying to do. The effects might look a bit hokey, but the fact that they've actually done it and put their minds to it gives them a free pass for me. That's a great picture, that, isn't it? Right, so there you go. That is the ones I've got from April. This is like a closer look, like I say, so you can see a bit more of it. So I haven't seen this one yet. This one, I think, was a really, really good film. It had some good twists and turns. Amazing actor, this fella here. Amazing actor. But I don't think he made many films, but I think I've got a couple of his more. Tower of Evil I will be watching that, because I just, like I say, his voice. I don't know if it's on the trailer. If you find a trailer of this, it might have him speaking on there. But he's got like I say, and he's a hypnotist, so he's got a mesmerising voice, I tell you. And this one, I watched it today and I had a really good time with it. I thought it just looked, because it was a bit grainy at the start, and I thought, it's going to be just a grainy B movie. But honestly, it really got itself sharp and just looked glorious. But the story about when he goes across to, well, what it is it was called The Curse of Simba, Spock Glosson. So he's a big game hunter, and he goes over to Africa and he shoots a lion. And because he does that, they put some voodoo on him. And I'll not go any further than that, but it's great how they've got him, the things he sees and stuff like that. It's really good, actually. And I thought I would think it was okay, but I really enjoyed it. So I would have to say I've got these both on a level pegging, and I could watch these again, no problem. That's Devil Doll and The Curse of the Voodoo. And The Nesting, absolutely brilliant. Watched it today, and a little bit long, but that's not taking anything away from it. It's got some great stuff in it. This house is absolutely amazing. All the actors in here are brilliant. So that's Nesting, 4K. And lastly, but not leastly, is Murder Rock. This is Giallo's. This would be my favourite one of his. So that's the releases for April 2025 from Vinegar Syndrome. Those are the ones that you get to subscribe, and that's the one I picked up in a sale. Got that half price on when they first come out. Although the slipcover went, I think, on the first day. So, thanks for watching. You take care, and I'll see you on the next video. Cheers.